time, there was a band known as the Beatles. You may have heard of them, probably because their lead singer Paul McCartney once did a duet with Rihanna and Kanye West. It really put him on the map. I'm kidding, I am kidding. Of course, they're one of the most famous bands of all time. They're one of those bands that are so big that every single member of the band is a household name. John, Paul, George, Ringo. Pretty much everyone, including your dog, knows what band you're talking about. However, today in particular, we're going to be focusing on their lead guitarist, the incredible George Harrison. He's probably one of the most underrated in the band in terms of his songwriting. He's contributed to some of the Beatles' biggest songs, including Here Comes the Sun, Something, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and not only that, he also then went on to have a really stellar solo career as well. Over the years, he's been known to use a plethora of different guitars, including Gretsch guitars, as well as his famous Rosewood Telecaster, a guitar that Fender actually recently re-released, and also a little Stratocaster called Rocky that looked like this. It's one of the most iconic guitars of its era, not just because of the legend who played it, because, well, as you can see here, he also painted it. So before we talk about the new reissue of this guitar, let's go a little bit over the history. The Beatles were well into the 60s in their psychedelic era, experimenting with all kinds of substances and pushing the boundaries of their music as far as they were pushing their personal lives. With this, the Beatles decided to experiment with their instruments by painting them, and to help the instruments that they were playing give the colourful mood of the psychedelic and experimental music that they were making. John Lennon painted his Epiphone Casino, Paul McCartney painted his Rickenbacker bass, and, well, George painted his Fender Stratocaster. The guitar featured in the Sgt. Pepper sessions, including the broadcast for All You Need Is Love and I Am the Walrus. The original featured Dayglow paint as well as George Harrison's partner's nail varnish and a bit of green glitter on there for good measure. To date, it's widely regarded as one of the quintessential and iconic instruments of the Beatles' legacy, and either because the paint job was so good, or probably more likely because of the legend who painted it, Fender have re-released the George Harrison Rocky Stratocaster. It comes complete with a hand-painted, faithful recreation of the same artwork that was on an instrumental guitar that influenced so much psychedelic music, as well as music all through to today. But that's enough about the original. What about the one that's just been released today? Well, it's a 60s Strat with a C-shaped neck, a solid blue colour underneath a hand-painted top. They're limited editions, so once they're gone, but it really is a unique opportunity to pick up some memorabilia from one of the most iconic bands in the world. George Harrison was one of my favourite Beatles, and quite honestly, I just love the boldness of this guitar. I mean, so often you see so many Strats that look exactly the same with very similar finishes, and you know what? It's such a great opportunity to own a guitar that's just unlike any other, and it has an actual story and some legacy behind it. Anyway, let us know what you thought of the guitar, which is your favourite Beatle, and which is your favourite Beatles song. Let us know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to see more things like this, and we will see you very soon.